So I just call myself a ridiculous, my brother's saying, and my mum's saying, and I'm fucking no, my dad's never.
Bella, what are you doing?
Nothing, dear. Don't wake yourself.
Bella, what are you doing? Come here.
Only for tea, my dear. Muffins for tea.
Muffins, hey?
Yes, dear. Well, he comes so seldom. I thought I might surprise you.
Why are you so apprehensive, Bella? I was not about to reproach you.
No, dear, I know you weren't.
That fire's in ashes. Now ring the bell.
Yes. But dear, is it merely to put the coal on? Because I can do that.
Bella, we've had this out before. Now ring the bell.
But dear, Elizabeth is out on the street, and I can do it so easily.
No, let the girl come if Lizzie's out.
But my dear...
Now, what do you suppose the servants are for, Bella? Go on, answer me. What do you suppose the servants are for?
To serve, I suppose, Jack.
Precisely, then why...
But I think that we should just consider them a little. That is all.
Consider them? That's your confusion of mind again, Bella. I have to consider Elizabeth to the tune of £16 per annum, and the girl 10. That's £26 a year, all told. That's consideration of the most acute and lively kind.
Yes. Yes, Jack, I expect you are right.
Yes, I have no doubt of it, my dear. It's weak-mindedness to think otherwise. Now, what's the weather doing? Still foggy out?
Oh, yes. More than ever. Should you be going out again, Jack, dear?
Yes, unless the weather gets very much worse after tea. Come in!
Oh, I beg your pardon, I thought the bell rang?
Yes, it did. Go on, dear, tell her why.
Yes, Nancy. We'd like you to put the coal on, please.
Yes, and while you're at it, you might as well light the gas. This darkness of the evening is becoming beyond endurance.
Yes, sir.
Now, Nancy, you're looking very pretty and very impudent tonight. Did you know that?
I don't know it all, sir, I'm sure.
Oh, what is it? Another broken heart added to your list?
Not worth breaking any hearts, sir.
Oh, now that can't be true. And that complexion of yours, that's not true either. What mysterious lotions have you been employing?
Quite natural, sir, I promise.
Oh no, then you do it quite adroitly. What mysterious... Perhaps you could lend your secrets to Mrs. Manningham and help banish her power.
Be most happy to, sir.
Or is it the women are too jealous to share their secrets with a rival?
I don't know, sir. Something all the wanting.
Yes, Nancy. Accept our tea.
Come in directly.
Jack, how can you treat me like that?
But my dear, it was your job to tell her to put the coal on.
What isn't that? It's humiliating me. As though I'd do anything to my face or ask her for assistance if I did.
You imagine things, Bella.
Can't you see how you hurt me? The girl laughs at me already.
Laughs at you? What makes you think that?
I know she does. In secret. In fact, openly. More openly every day.
Well, if she does, surely the fault lies with you.
Do you mean that I'm a lovable person?
You read meanings into everything, Bella. I wish you'd be more... I just thought of something rather nice. Will you come here, please?
Something nice? What have you thought of?
I shan't tell you unless you come here, Bella.
What is it, Jack? What have you thought of?
I have just read here that Mr. McNaughton, the celebrated actor, is to be in London for 3 weeks.
Yes. I read that too. What of it?
What of it? What do you suppose?
Jack, dear. You're not serious, are you? You wouldn't take me to see McNaughton, would you?
Not only would I take you to see McNaughton, my dear, I am going to take you to see McNaughton. That is, if you would like.
Oh, Jack, dear, what heaven.
When would you like to see him? You only have 3 weeks.
Let me see.
There. You can either see him in a comedy or a tragedy.
It's so hard to say. Both would be equally wonderful. What would you choose if you were me?
Well, it depends on whether you would like to laugh or cry.
Oh, well, I should like to laugh. I should also like to cry, too. In fact, I should like to do both. Jack, what made you decide to take me?
Well, it's been so good lately. I thought it would do you some well to get you out of yourself.
Yeah, it's true. All I need is to be taken out of myself, to have some change, some attention from you, Jack, dear. Will it be better? No, in what way?
Better? How exactly do you mean better?
You know in what way, dear? All that has happened.
No, go on, let's speak about it.
No, I don't want to, but I have been better. Haven't you noticed? The other night, when you played cards with me, well, it was like old days. And the week before, when you read your book to me, I slept that night like a child. And its ghastly dreads and terrible fears vanished just because you had taken me from brooding on myself in this house all day and night.
Or is it merely that your medicine is beginning to benefit you, dear?
Jack, dear, I've taken my medicine religiously, haven't I? It's more than medicine that I need. It's a sweet, sane mind. It's interest in something. Don't you see?
Well, we are gloomy, aren't we?
I don't want to be gloomy, dear. It's the last thing that I want. What I want is for you to say that you understand. Say you do.
Well, don't I seem to, Bella?
Yes, you made me so happy.
So, which will it be, the comedy or the tragedy?
Oh, well, it matters so little. It matters so wonderfully little. I'm being taken to the play. Come in. No, Nancy, I think we'll have it on the table today, please.
Oh, just as you wish, madam.
Nancy, if you were being taken to the play, would you choose comedy or tragedy?
Oh, I go for the comedy all the time.
Really? Why is that, Nancy?
Well, madam, I like to laugh, I suppose.
Do you? Well, I should have to keep it in mind. Mr. Manningham's taking me next week, you see.
Oh, yes. I do hope you enjoy it. Bring the muffins directly.
Bella, what are you doing?
Oh, I'll let her put that in her pipe and smoke it.
But what has she done?
Oh, you don't know her. She torments me and scoffs at me all day long. You don't see these things. A man wouldn't. And now she can suffer from the knowledge that you are taking me to the theatre.
You imagine things, Bella.
No, I don't. I'm far too familiar with her. Come along. You sit one side and I the other, like two children in a nursery.
You seem wonderfully pleased, Bella. I must take you to the theatre more often.
Jack, I wish you could.
Yes, I don't really know why I shouldn't. I used to be quite fond of it when I was a boy.
Oh, I believe it, dear. Come along to your tea now.
Yes. You know, it must be a superb sensation to take a part and lose yourself in somebody else. I flatter myself that I could have made actor.
Well, of course, anyone can see that.
Seriously? I've often felt a faint tinge of regret. Could have made it to the top of the tree, you know. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in mind to face the slings and arrows of outrageous fortunes, or go up against the sea of troubles and by opposing end them.
Oh, you see, you've made a terrible mistake.
Yes, I wonder.
Then, if you'd been a famous actor, I would have had a free seat to watch all of your live performances, and wouldn't that have been paradise?
Oh, and you would have soon tired of it. Before long, you'd be back here, just as you are now.
No, no. I should have to keep an eye on you for all the young actresses that would be after you.
Oh, would there be actresses after me? An added inducement.
Yes. But you wouldn't escape me. Oh, well, these look delicious. Aren't you glad I thought of them? Oh, Jack, forgive me for chattering on, but you make me so happy.
Yes, I can see that, my dear.
Here you are. Oh, we haven't had these at least since we've been married. Or have we? Have we?
I don't know, Bella. I don't know.
What is it?
Bella, I've just noticed something rather amiss. If you'll please rectify it while I'm not looking, I'll assume that it has not happened.
Amiss? Well, what is amiss?
Bella, you know perfectly well what is amiss. Rectify it, and I will say no more.
I don't know. Well, you've left your tea. Oh, for God's sake, don't turn your back on me. What is amiss?
All behind you, Bella. If you put it back, I will say no more.
All behind me? Well, the picture has been taken down. Well, who has taken it down?
Yes, who has taken it down indeed? Who has taken it down before? You alone can answer that question, Bella. Will you please go and get it from wherever you have hidden it and put it back in its proper place?
Jack, I don't know. Someone else.
Someone else? Are you suggesting that I could play such a wicked and fantastic trick?
No, dear, but... Oh, God, someone else, dear, someone else.
Hold yourself together, woman. We shall see about somebody else.
Oh, Jack. Jack, dear, no, don't call the servants in. Don't call the servants to witness my shame. Well, it's not my shame, for I haven't done it, but don't call the servants in, please. Don't have that girl in. I beg of you.
Sit down. Control yourself, Bella. Come in. Ah, Elizabeth. I have just noticed something rather amiss. Will you please take a look around the room and see what you notice? Well, what do you notice?
Nothing, sir. Except the picture's been taken down.
Ah, yes, you noticed it immediately. And was that picture in its proper place this morning?
Yes, sir. I don't understand, sir.
No, neither do I. And just one more question. Was it you who removed the painting?
No, sir. Of course it went, sir.
No, of course it wasn't. Have you ever removed the painting?
No, sir. Why should I, sir?
No, why should you? Now, will you please fetch that file on my desk? And as a token of your truthfulness, kiss it. Thank you. Then now you may go. And please send Nancy in here straight away.
Yes, sir.
Jack, spare me that girl. Spare me her. I'll say that I did it. I did it, Jack. I did it.
Calm down, Bella.
Yes, sir. Did you want me?
Yes, we did. Nancy, if you please look at the wall behind you, you'll notice the picture has been taken down.
Why, my word. So it has. What a wrongo.
Kindly be less insolent, Nancy. Was it you who removed the painting?
Me? Of course I didn't.
No. Now, will you, as a solemn oath, please kiss this Bible?
Willingly, sir. I'd have done it. I'd have replaced it.
Thank you, Nancy. That will be all. There. I think it can be said to have demonstrated.
Give me that Bible. Give it to me. There. I swear before God that I never touched that picture.
Bella, be careful what you do. Do you want to commit sacrilege above all else?
Someone else has committed sacrilege.
Someone else? Someone else? Then by God, you are mad, woman, like your mother before you.
Jack, dear. You promised you would never say that again. Jack. I'm mad. Like my mother before me. If I am, then you have got to be patient with me. Before God, I never lied to you knowingly. If I took down that picture, then I did not know it. And if I took it down on those other occasions, then I did not know it. If I steal your things, your rings, your keys, your pencils, your handkerchiefs, if I lose the things that you give me, like my watch, my beautiful brooch, and then you find them lying in my bottom of my workbox, well, you do not know that I've done it. If I commit these fantastic, meaningless mischiefs, then I must certainly be going mad. I must be treated kindly and gently so that I may get well. Bear with me, Jack. Bear with me. Don't storm in rage. I'm trying, Jack. I'm trying. Oh, for God's sake, believe me that I'm trying and be kind to me.
Bella, do you have any idea where that painting is now?
No. Well, yes. Yes, I suppose it's behind the cupboard.
Please go and see.
Yes. Yes, it's here.
There. So you did know
No,
where it was?
no, I didn't know. I didn't. I only supposed it was there because it was found there before. I didn't know. I didn't.
Stop walking around the room with that painting in your hand like a mad woman, Bella. Put it back in its proper place.
What's our tea? We're having tea with muffins.
Bella, I'm not going to say anything more right now. My feelings are running too high. I suggest that you go to your room and lay down in the dark.
To my room? For God's sake, don't send me to my room.
Send you to your room, Bella. You may do exactly as you please.
I feel faint, Jack. I feel faint.
Very well. Then you must go quietly. Where are your socks? Here they are. Now, I'm going out. I will leave you in peace.
Jack, must you always leave me after these dreadful scenes?
I had to go out in any case after tea. I'm merely leaving you a little bit earlier, that's all. And on my way out, I'll be passing the grocer's. I'll be glad to get that bill of his. Where is it? I gave it to you, didn't I?
Yes, yes. I put it on the secretary. I'll get it.
No, don't worry. I'm sure I can find it. Where is it? Is it in one of the drawers?
No. No, I put it on top this afternoon.
It's okay. I'm sure I can find it. No, are you sure it's here, Bella?
Yes, Jack. I'm quite sure. Look carefully.
It's okay. It's no bother. I'm sure I can find it. No, it's not here. It must be in one of the drawers.
No, it's on top. I put it on top.
Bella, you're not going to tell me this has gone as well, are you?
I laid it there. I laid it there myself. Where is it? Where is it?
My God, what new trick is this?
Are you going to say that I've lost this as well? It was there. I put it there. Oh, this is a plot. This is a filthy plot. You're all against me.
Bella, control yourself and sit down. Now, if you utter another sound, I will knock you down and lock you in your room for a week.
Oh, God. God, help me.
God help you indeed, Bella. Now, I'm going out until 10 o'clock. In that time, you will retrieve that bill and admit to me that you have purposely concealed it. If not, you will see a doctor, madame. More than one doctor. And they shall decide what happens to you.
God, be patient with me. I am mad. Be patient with me.
I've been patient with you long enough, Bella. Now has come time for you to take control or face the consequences.
Jack, don't go. Jack. Jack, will you still take me to the theatre?
And pathetically, my dear, I will not. Play fair by me, and I shall play fair by you. If we are going to be enemies, you and I, you will not prosper.
Peace. Peace. Peace.
Madam,
torment is this?
Madam, I don't know what's going on, but
I'm going out of my mind, Elizabeth. That is what is going on.
don't talk like that, madam. You mustn't lie here in the dark or your mind will go. You must see this gentleman. It's you he wants, not the master. He's waiting to see you. Come, madam.
Elizabeth, I'm not in a fit state.
Here, madam, I'll turn off the light. That's better.
I'm ready to see anyone, Elizabeth.
You look all right, madam. And I'll call him in, yeah? Will you please come in, sir?
Ah, thank you. Good evening. How do you do, Mrs. Manningham?
How do you do? I'm very much afraid that
You're very much afraid you don't know me from Adam, yes?
no doubt you've come to see my husband.
Oh no, on the contrary. May I take off my things?
Why, of course.
You're young and attractive, but you're looking rather pale. So, you're the young woman who's going off her head.
How did you know that? Who are you? Did he send you?
Mrs. Manningham, I want you to take a look at my face, and you can see it is one you can trust. You can read little in my face, but surely you can see that.
Who are you? Are you a doctor?
Nothing so learned, ma'am. I'm a mere police detective.
Police detective?
Yes, or at least I was some time ago. But I'm Detective Canucks. You've been interrupted during your tea. May I have a cup?
Why, of course, yes. It only wants water.
You've never heard the celebrated Ruff, ma'am? Sergeant Ruff who found the Caldwell dogs. Constable Ruff who solved the Caldwell diamond case. Inspector Ruff who brought Sandham to justice.
Sandham? The murderer? The throttler?
Yes, Sandham the throttler. And you're looking at the man who brought Sandham to the man who throttled him. The common hangman, madam. Believe it or not, I was quite a personage in my day.
Do sit down.
Thank you. How long have you been married, Mrs. Manningham?
5 years and a little.
And where have you lived? Not here, I think.
No. We lived abroad, and then in Yorkshire, and then 6 months ago, my husband bought this house.
Bought it?
Yes, I had some money, and he invested it.
Money, interesting. And does your husband leave you on an evening?
Yes, he goes to the clubhouse and does his business.
I see. And do you have free will of the house whilst he's out?
Oh, yes. Not the top floor.
Not the top floor?
No. Would you like some sugar with your tea?
Oh, thank you. Before I go on, madam, I must inform you there is a leakage in your household.
Leakage?
You have a maid called Nancy, yes?
Yes.
And she steps out on an evening with a young man named Booker.
Does she?
Well, Booker is in my employ. Seldom happens in this house, which is not described in great detail to Booker, and from him to me.
I knew it, little beast. She shall be dismissed immediately.
Oh no, madam. I believe she'll be greatly indebted to her. For it wasn't for her little indiscretions. I shouldn't be here now, should I?
Why are you here?
May I have another lump?
Why, of course.
Now, we were talking about the top floor. There is a bedroom above this, and above that is the top floor. Is that correct?
Yes. But it's shut up. When we first took the house, my husband said we would not need the upstairs quarters until there were children, so we had it sealed away.
So you've never been up there?
No one goes up there.
Not even the servants?
No.
Funny that.
Funny? Well, I don't know.
Oh, I think it is, Mrs. Manningham. Now, tell me, when did you first get the notion you were going out of your mind?
How did you know?
Never mind how I know, just tell me.
I'm always. My mother died insane. She was my age. In the last 6 months, things happen.
Would you driving you mad with fear?
To driving me mad with fear. I hate this house.
And has the top floor got anything to do with this?
Oh yes, that's how it all began.
You interest me beyond measure. Tell me more about the top floor.
It all sounds so incredible. When I'm alone at night, I get the sense that somebody's walking up there. I hear sounds, but I'm too afraid to kind of investigate or do anything.
Have you told your husband about this?
He gets angry. He says that I imagine things that don't exist.
Do you think it could be possible that it's your husband up there, Mrs. Manningham?
How did you know?
First, tell me how you know.
So it's true then? It's true. When he comes back from work, he goes up there and walks up like a ghost, up and down, up and down.
Believe me, Mrs. Manningham, your husband is no ghost. Tell me how you started to suspect him.
The light. The light, it went down, and then it went up. Oh God, I can tell this is someone at last. I don't know who you are, but I can tell you.
Keep calm, madam. You can tell me just as well from where you are.
Yes.
Now, the light. Is this a light from another window?
No. No, the gaslight. You see the mantle over there? Well, right now it's burning full, but if somebody used to strike a light in the kitchen or the bedroom, then the rest will sink lower.
Yes, it's just insufficient pressure. It's the same in mine.
Every night, he goes out, I get the sense that I'm waiting for something. And then, all at once, the light goes up, and 10 minutes later, I begin to hear sounds, noises upstairs, tapping sounds, dragging sounds, scraping sounds, sounds overhead. I want to scream and run out of the house, but I daren't. Because 10 minutes later, the light goes up again and I hear the key in the lock. And he's back.
Do you know, Mrs. Manningham, you would have made an excellent policeman.
Are you laughing at me? You think I imagine everything as well?
Oh, no, ma'am. I'm only marking the keenness of your observation. Now tell me, when did you first have reason to doubt your sanity?
My mind plays tricks on me.
What sort of tricks?
He gives me things to look after. But when I can't find them, he finds them at the bottom of my work box. Twice the door to that room was found locked. The key was found at the bottom of my work box. And then only today, and for the third time, that picture was found taken down. I try to remember. I broke my heart trying to remember. There was the dog.
The dog?
We had a little dog. A few months ago, it was found with its paw hurt. He thinks, oh God, he thinks that I had done it. He doesn't let me anywhere near it now. What don't you see? I begin to doubt everything that I do. Are you even here? Is this all a dream too?
Dear Mrs. Manningham, I believe it would be all the better for a little medicine.
Are you sure you're not a doctor?
Oh no, but that doesn't mean little medicine wouldn't do any harm, now would it?
I have medicine.
Oh, but mine's an exceptional medicine.
Well, what sort of medicine?
Let's sample it and see. This has been used by humanity for ages for the instantaneous removal of fears and doubts.
How could a medicine affect any of that?
We don't know, and yet it does. This medicine comes all the way from Scotland. Now, have you 2 glasses?
Are you having some as well?
Above all things. We could use these cups if you'd like.
No, I will get some.
The very thing.
What is it? What does it taste like?
Delicious. somewhere between ambrosia and methylated spirits. Here, have you never had good Scotch whisky, Mrs. Manningham?
Whiskey? But I can't drink that.
You underestimate yourself. I need you to trust your reason, and this will give you faith in your reason. Tell me, Mrs. Manningham, have you ever heard of the cabman's friend?
The cabman's friend.
How good it is to see you smile, Mrs. Manningham. Here's to your good health. There. Is it so nasty?
No, I quite like it actually. My mother used to give this to us when we had a stomachache.
Ah, so you're a hardened whiskey drinker. But it's better sitting down.
Well, anyway, what were you saying? Who or what is the cabman's friend?
Ah, the cabman's friend. Her name was Alice Barlow, and her principal thought in life was the protection of cabmen. That seems a little odd, but she provided food, shelter, pensions, and the like. It was her way of removing a little of the world's happiness, or taking away a little of the world's pain. It wasn't my pleasure to know her, but I did see her once, with her throat cut open, lying dead on the floor of her house.
Do you mean she was murdered?
She was murdered. The motive was obvious. Her husband had left the Barlow rubies, and she lived alone, except for a deaf servant in the basement. Well, she paid for that mistake with her life.
But I don't see how any of this has to do with me.
Apart from the rubies, only a few trinkets were taken. But everything in the house was turned upside down. In the upper rooms, everything was torn up or torn apart. It was concluded that he must have been a revengeful maniac. I was a nobody then, not important, but I had other theories.
Well, what theories?
Well, the old lady may be an eccentric, but she was no fool. What if she'd gotten the jewels cunningly hidden away? In the floors? Bricked in the walls, maybe? What if the only person who knew where they were was lying dead on the floor? Can you picture him, Mrs. Manningham, going from room to room, growing more and more desperate until at last dawn comes, and he must slink into the pale light of the street, leaving the blood and the wreckage of the night behind?
Oh, horrible. And the man was never found?
Nor the man, nor the Barlow rubies.
Well, but the jewels may still be where the old lady hid them.
Officially, it was concluded the murderer had taken them and fled the country. But wouldn't it be funny if these things could come to light?
Well, what has this to do with me?
A great deal, I'm afraid. What has the obscure murder of an old lady 15 years ago got to do with an attractive young woman going out of her mind? Do you conceive it possible, Mrs. Manningham, the murderer may never give up hope of getting his hands on the treasure?
Possibly.
That he may have waited years, gone abroad, got married even, until at last his chance to resume that search on that terrible night? You don't follow, Mrs. Manningham.
Follow?
They say a murderer always returns to the scene of the crime. So I believe this is more than morbid compulsion. There is real treasure here if only you can search methodically, without fear, without causing suspicion. Don't you think? What is the matter, Mrs. Manningham?
Quiet. Quiet. Look, the light. It's going down. He's come back. It's going down and he's come back. He must go.
How odd. How very odd indeed.
He's coming back. He must go. He must go at once.
How dark it is.
Please go. Please go.
Quiet, Mrs. Manningham, quiet. Don't you see? Don't you understand? This is the house.
What house?
The house. These rooms, these walls. 15 years ago, Alice Barlow was murdered in this house. In this room. There. 15 years ago, the man who killed her ransacked above and below. What if he's still searching, Mrs. Manningham? What if he's up there still searching?
My husband is up there.
Precisely, Mrs. Manningham. I'm afraid you're living with a horribly dangerous gentleman.
This is all so strange. How am I supposed to believe that my husband is what you say he is?
When we came to this place 15 years ago, the interviewing relatives and so forth was left to me.
Yes.
And amongst all the cousins and nieces and nephews, there is a man by Sidney Charles Power. Do you know that name?
No, I do not.
Well, he was a distant cousin, much attached to the old lady, helped her with the charitable works and so forth. For whatever reason, I always remembered his face. And the other week I saw it again. It took me the whole day to recollect where I'd seen it before, but then I remembered.
So what have you did?
Well, what was strange was the lady on his arm and the locality in which I saw him.
Who was the lady on his arm?
You were the lady on his arm, Mrs. Manningham, and you were walking down this street.
How am I supposed to believe that my husband is what you say he is?
Well, if my theories are correct,
You stand there talking riddles. You are so cruel. You are just as mean and cruel as he is.
no, Mrs. Manningham, I am not cruel. The rest of your life depends on what you do in the next hour. No more, no less. You have got to strike for your freedom, Mrs. Manningham, and you have got to strike now.
Strike.
You are not going out of your mind. You've been slowly, methodically driven out of your mind. Your husband is Sidney Charles Power, and he murdered Alice Barlow. And he's waited all these years to acquire this house legally, thanks to your money. Each night, he enters the empty house next door, climbs up onto the roof, and enters this house through the skylight. Why, I have seen him do it myself. You know he does it, Mrs. Manningham. You've watched the Gaslight. Mad as it seems, it goes hand in hand with his method of getting rid of you by driving you into a lunatic asylum. Thank goodness you're not married to him.
But I am married to him. I married him. He married me.
Oh, no doubt. But your husband married another woman who is still very much alive, and English law takes a dim view of bigamy.
How am I supposed to believe that? How am I supposed to believe that my husband is what you say he is?
I've got to have evidence, Mrs. Manningham, and you have got to help me find it.
And
Now,
what do you want me to do?
where does he keep his papers?
I don't know. His bureau?
His bureau. Yes, his bureau. We shall have a look.
He keeps it locked.
Oh, he locks it, does he? No matter.
Well, how can you if it's locked?
You know, Mrs. Manningham, one of my deepest regrets in life is fate to make me one of two things. One was a gardener, the other a burglar. Both quiet occupations, you know. As for burglary, if I'd started young, I bet you'd been a genius at it.
But he will know what you have done.
Not if we are clever, Mrs. Manningham. Now, you're working with me, not against me. Right, I'm going to take my coat off. I am a man who believes his work is not done until his coat is off. There. Quite a waistcoat. I bet you didn't think I was such a dandy now, did you? Now we shall get to work.
But you will know what you have done.
Not if we are clever, Mrs. Manningham, and this doesn't even ask for cleverness. You know there are all sorts
Wait,
of
stop
manners.
talking. Look. Light.
The lights.
Yes. He's come back. He's come back. You must go.
God bless my soul. The unexpected has entered in.
He always does the unexpected. I never know.
Now, ring that bell for Elizabeth, will you?
Why do you want Elizabeth?
Or you could fetch her on your own if you'd like.
What do you need? What are you going to do?
All in good time, Mrs. Manningham. You know, he can't be round at the front door in more than 5 minutes, unless he's a magician. Now, can you see anything that I might have missed?
No. Oh, no, the whiskey.
Ah, yes. I knew you'd make an excellent policeman. Ah, Elizabeth, there you are.
Sir?
You and I have got to do some rather calm but quick thinking. Are you anxious to help your mistress blindly without question?
Well, yes, sir.
Good. Mrs. Manningham and I have reason to believe in less than 5 minutes the master is returning. He mustn't see me. Could you hide me in the kitchen for a short space of time? You could put me in the oven if you'd like.
Yes, sir, but you see, you must go now.
Calmly, Elizabeth, what are you trying to say?
Nancy's down there, sir.
Nancy? I thought it was Nancy's evening off.
Yes, sir, but she's waiting for a young man and I couldn't tell her to go, could I?
All right, then she knows I'm here, is that it?
Oh no, sir, I told her it was a man come to the wrong house.
So you can't hide me in the kitchen. Where are you going to put me, Elizabeth? Quickly.
Well, you could go to the bedroom. Mine and Nancy's, I mean.
That sounds altogether entrancing. Shall we go there now?
But suppose Nancy went up there before she went out.
You think of everything, Elizabeth. And where does this lead to?
It's where he dresses, sir. Yes, you could hide in there. There's a wardrobe at the back.
Excuse me?
Oh, Elizabeth.
Don't take on so, Mum. It'll be all right.
He ought to go.
No, Mum. He knows best.
Perfect accommodation. Yes, there he is. Now, Mrs. Manningham, off to your room. Elizabeth, go to your room. You won't have time to make it downstairs.
To bed. I'm to go to bed.
Yes, Mrs. Manningham, you have a headache, a bad headache. Now stay in bed. Will you go in heaven's name?
Did you ring, sir?
Yes, I did. Where is Mrs. Manningham?
Gone to bed. I think she had a headache and went to bed.
Oh, how long has she been in bed?
Just a little while, sir.
Oh, we must be quiet, mustn't we? We must walk about like cats. Can you walk about like a cat, Elizabeth?
Yes, sir. I think so, sir.
Very well. Walk about like a cat. That will be all.
Thank you, sir.
Elizabeth,
Yes, sir.
why has nobody cleared away the tea things?
Sorry, sir. I was just about to, sir.
Yes, I think you had better.
Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir. Were you going to be needing any supper, sir?
Yes. The question is, am I going to be having supper here?
Oh, were you having it out, sir?
Yes, I've only come back to change my linen.
Do you want a fresh tie, sir? Shall I get you a fresh tie?
Do you know where my ties are kept, Elizabeth?
In your room, sir.
Oh, what a lot you know. And do you know what sort of tie I'll be wanting this evening?
I think so, sir.
Oh, I must say, you know a great deal more than I do. But no, I think you'd better let me choose my own tie. That is, if I have your permission.
Yes, sir.
Very well. Suppose you know, what do you think of Mrs. Manningham tonight, Elizabeth?
In what way, sir?
Oh, just in regards to her general health.
She certainly seems very unwell, sir.
Yes, I doubt you know to what extent. I'm afraid I was forced to bring you and Nancy into it this evening. Perhaps I shouldn't have done that.
All seems very sad, sir.
Yes, I'm at my wit's ends, Elizabeth. You know that, don't you?
I expect you are, sir.
Yes. I've tried everything. Cunning, patience, kindness, even harshness to get her to stop her wicked ways. But nothing stops her pranks and tricks.
No, sir.
Yes. Doubt you know the quarter of it, Elizabeth. You only see what is forced upon you. No, not this tie, I don't think.
Do you want another tie, sir? Shall I get you another tie?
Yes, I think we had better. I suppose you know what happened to Mrs. Manningham's mother, Elizabeth?
No, sir.
No? She died in the madhouse. Utterly witless in the end.
How terrible, sir.
Yes, how terrible indeed. There was nothing the doctors could have done. I shall have to bring doctors to see Mrs. Manningham before long. It can be kept a secret not much longer.
No, sir.
Yes, you've seen what happens in this house, Elizabeth. You can testify to it, can't you?
Oh, indeed. Gladly, sir. I only wish to help, sir.
Yes. You're a very good soul, Elizabeth. You know, sometimes I wonder how you put up with everything that goes on in this dark household. You're very loyal, aren't you?
Always loyal, sir.
Yes. Well, you must be repaid in more ways than one. Do you understand?
Oh, no need, sir. Gladly, sir. Oh.
Now, I'm going out. In fact, I think I'm even going to try and forget my troubles and be happy. Do you think that's too much to ask?
Oh, no, sir. Get all the pleasure you can, while you still can, sir.
It's a curious existence, isn't it? Well, good night, Nancy. Elizabeth, sorry.
Good night, sir. Goodbye.
He was right when he said to be repaid, Elizabeth, though not in the way he thinks. Mrs. Manningham?
I'll go get her, sir.
Ah, there you are.
I saw him go.
Now we shall get to work.
Well, what is it? What did he want?
Only to change his tie. Now, turn up that lamp, will you?
What are we going to do? We know Gaslight to warn us now.
We'll just have to take that risk, Mrs. Manningham. Go and see what that was, will you?
No bother. It's all right. It's only Nancy gone out. A young man has come.
My young man. She uses the front door, does she?
Oh, yes. She behaves like the mistress of the house.
Saucy girl. Now, have a look at this. There. And when he got there, the cupboard was bare and the board...
Wait, what's that in your hand?
You recognize this?
Yes. It's my brooch. Well, what else is there? My watch. Oh my God, it's my watch.
These are yours, then?
Yes. It's that brooch I lost a week ago. The watch has been missing a month. He said that in my wickedness that I had hidden them and there would be no more gifts until I could find them again. Is there anything else there? Is there a grocery bill?
Grocery bill. I don't think there's a grocery bill.
Wait. That letter. It's from my cousin.
Is that important?
You don't understand. When I was married, I was cast off by all my relations. They didn't approve of him. When we were married, well, after, I wrote to them twice. They never responded. Now, now I see why.
You're beginning to understand.
Listen. Dear cousin, all of us were overjoyed to hear from you again. Overjoyed. They are in Devonshire. He says they all want to see me again. That they will bring me Devonshire cream to bring colour back to my cheeks and fresh air to bring sparkle back to my eyes. Oh dear God, they want me back.
Poor child. If you'll be brave now and trust me, you shall have your Devonshire cream and fresh air. Are you going to trust me?
Thank you, Inspector.
Now, we shall have a look at the second drawer. This seems to have a special lock. Yes, this will be a tougher proposition.
Well, you're not going to force it, are you?
If I possibly can.
But you mustn't. He will know what you have done.
Mrs. Manningham, I must force this drawer, for I don't know what we shall do if we cannot remove him from his loving care.
But all right, force it, but be quick.
There's no rush, madam. He's perfectly happy where he is. You know, methods of this sort made me think I was a dentist. Ah, there. And it didn't hurt a bit.
What's the running there?
Mr. Manningham, Mr. Manningham, Mr. Manningham.
Is there anything at all?
We have lost our gamble.
Oh dear God, what are we to do?
Some quick thinking, but I've been in many a tougher proposition than this before. Now, give me the watch and the letter, and we shall put these things back. A nice piece, this. When did he give you it?
Oh, not soon after we were married, but it's only second hand.
I'm afraid you got everything second hand from this gentleman. Tell me, Mrs. Manningham, how do you know it's second hand?
Well, there's an inscription to someone else on the inside.
Oh, is there? Where?
There's a sort of trick to it. As you take the pin, and you pull it, and then you turn it to the left, and then to the right, and then to the left again, and then to the right again, and then you pull it out, and it opens out.
Ah.
Myself.
There. There are some empty spaces here.
Oh, yes, there were some beads inside, so I took them out and hid them away somewhere.
You don't happen to have them, do you?
Yes, actually, I think I have them in a vase still. I'll go get it.
Thank you. You never happen to read the inscription, Mrs. Manningham?
Yes. Why?
To my beloved A.B. from C.B., 1851.
What does it mean?
I should have thought it'd be as simple as A.B. C.B. There should be 4 more. B's, I mean.
Oh, yes. The other vase. Here they are.
Thank you. Tell me, Mrs. Manningham, have you ever been embraced by an elderly detective in his shirt sleeves?
What do you mean?
For that is your immediate fate at this present moment. Oh, my dear Mrs. Manningham, my dear Mrs. Manningham, don't you see? These are the Barlow rubies. See £12,000 right before your very eyes. Take a good look at them before they go to the Queen.
You mean we were there in that brooch this whole time?
I knew I'd seen this somewhere before. In portraits of the old lady when I worked the case. She wore it on her breast. A.B., Alice Barlow, C.B., her husband. Am I not a wonderful man?
And he stole it that night, not knowing what he had.
And gave you what you thought was a valueless trinket. Well, I have him now.
You're not leaving me, are you?
Oh yes, I must. And quickly at that.
But where are you going?
To move heaven and earth, Mrs. Manningham, For tonight I have found the lever I needed.
Well, what are you going to do?
It's not what I'm going to do. It's what the government's going to do. In Sir Edmund Henderson, the police commissioner, no less. Ned knows I was here tonight, but he did not believe I would find what I have found. Well, we must put these things back.
Well, what are we going to do now?
You must go to bed, Mrs. Manningham. Your headache has gotten worse. Go to your room and stay there. I shall see myself out.
Yes, no. I will go to bed. Oh, please don't leave me. I haven't got the courage.
Here is your courage, Mrs. Manningham. Just don't get tipsy and leave the bottle out. Goodbye, Mrs. Manningham.
What, Inspector?
Yes.
I will have the courage.
Goodbye. Mrs. Manningham.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Did you ring, sir?
Yes, it would seem the entire household has gone to bed without leaving me my biscuits and without leaving me my milk.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. They're just outside. I'll bring them in for you. Mrs. Manningham usually gets them for you, don't she, sir? Cook's in bed and Ivy has come in.
Yes, then perhaps you'd like to deputise for Mrs. Manningham and bring them in.
Yes, sir.
And after that, Nancy, will you please go upstairs and tell Mrs. Manningham that I'd like to see her down here.
Yes, sir. Certainly, sir.
Well, Nancy?
She said she's got an headache, sir. She's trying to sleep.
Oh, she still has that headache, does she?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever known a time when Mrs. Manningham did not have a headache?
No, sir. Hardly ever, sir. Is that what you're wanting, sir?
Nancy, do you usually perform your domestic tasks in such an outfit?
I told you, sir. When you just come in at the bell by chance.
Yes, that's just the point.
How do you mean, sir?
Nancy, would you please come closer where I can see you? Do you know what time of day, or rather night, it is, Nancy?
It's a little after 11, sir.
Yes. And are you aware that you came in almost a minute or even less before myself?
Thought I saw you, sir.
Oh, you thought you saw me? Well, I certainly saw you.
Did you, sir?
Nancy, have you ever reflected that you're given a great deal of latitude in this house?
Don't know what latitude means, sir.
Latitude, Nancy, means liberty. Liberty to the extent of 2 nights off a week.
Yes, sir.
Yet, this is all very well. What is not so well is when you return home as late as the master of the household. You must keep up some pretense, you know.
Yes, sir. Pretenses we must.
Nancy, where the devil have you been tonight anyway?
With some friends, sir.
With some friends. Now, when you say friends, I have an extraordinary idea. Do you mean gentlemen friends?
Well, sir, I might, possibly.
And are you aware, Nancy, that gentlemen friends have been known to take decided liabilities with young girls like yourself?
Oh, no, sir, not with me. I can look after myself.
Oh, you always so anxious to look after yourself, Nancy?
Not always. Perhaps.
Nancy, will you please come closer?
Yes, sir. What do you want, sir? What do you want, sir? Eh? Can she do it for you? What can she do for you?
Why, Nancy, who can you be talking about?
You know who I mean, all right?
Oh, I do believe that you're jealous of your mistress.
She's a poor thing. There's no need to be jealous of her. You want me, don't you? Don't you want to kiss me? Better than a sick headache. A sick headache and a pale face all day.
Yes, well, I ought to think it is. But don't you think it would be better if you and I were to meet one evening in some different surroundings?
Yeah? Where? I'll meet you when you like. You're mine now, ain't you? Because you want me. You want me, don't you?
And what of you, Nancy? Do you want me?
Oh yeah, I've always wanted you. Ever since I first clapped eyes on you. I wanted you more than the rest of them.
Oh, and are there plenty of others?
Oh yeah, plenty of others.
Yes, just as I thought. And only 19. You know, you're a very remarkable girl in many respects.
Where can we meet? Where do you want us to meet?
Oh, Nancy, you've taken me a little by surprise. I shall have to let you know tomorrow.
I'll let you know tomorrow when she's about.
Oh, I'll find a way, Nancy. I think perhaps Mrs. Manningham will not be here tomorrow.
Oh, not that I care about her. I'd like to kiss you, right under her very nose. That's what I'd like to do.
Now, Nancy, I think you had better go. I have some work to do.
Oh, I don't want to go.
Go on, Nancy, run along. I have some work to do.
Work? What you going to work at? What you going to do?
Oh, I'm just going to write some letters and I'm going to... Go on, Nancy, there's a good girl.
Very well, sir. You shall be master for a little more. Good night.
Good night, Nancy.
When shall I let me know tomorrow?
When I find time, Nancy. Good night.
Good night, your lordship. Yeah? Change your mind?
Nancy, will you please go and take a message to Mrs. Manningham?
What do you want me to say?
I would like you to tell her that she is to come downstairs immediately, whether she is suffering from a sick headache or any other form of ailment.
Just like that, sir?
Yes, just like that, Nancy.
With the greatest of pleasure. She can't come. She doesn't mean to come.
What do you mean she won't come, Nancy?
She's not well enough. She's a shammy, if you ask me.
Very well. Leave this to me, Nancy.
The door's locked. She's got it locked. I tried it.
The door's locked, is it? Very well.
She's got it locked. I can tell by her voice. She won't let you in, and she's not going to open it. You're going to batter it in?
No. Perhaps you're right, Nancy. Perhaps we should use a more elegant means of attaining our ends. I'll tell you what you can do, Nancy. You please go down to the basement and fetch that dog of hers.
Dog?
Yes, the dog.
What's I do with the dog?
Never mind, Nancy. We go downstairs and get it.
All right.
Or, on second thoughts, perhaps we do not need the dog. We'll just let her suppose that we have the dog. Yes, it'd be even more elegant still.
What's the idea?
Nothing much, Nancy. Just a little smoke for getting rats out of holes. Now, will you please go and put this under her door?
You're a rum beggar, ain't you? Can't I look?
No, Nancy. Go on.
It's done the trick, all right. She's coming.
Yes, just as I thought it would. Now, I will be obliged if you will go to bed immediately.
Go on. What's the row about? What's the game?
Go on, Nancy. Go to bed.
All right. Good night. Give her what for, won't you? Ta-ra!
Ah, Bella dear, will you please come and sit in this chair?
Where's the dog? What have you done to the dog?
The dog? What dog?
Well, where is it? Have you hurt it? Let me have it. Let me have it. Have you hurt it again?
Again, Bella? This is strange talk, especially after what you did last week.
I do not want to speak with you. I'm not well. I thought you had the dog and you were going to hurt it. That's why I came down.
The dog, my dear Bella, was just a ruse to compel you to come and visit me quietly. Now, will you please sit down?
No. No, I want to go.
Come and sit down in this chair, Bella!
Yes. Yes, what do you want?
Quite a good deal. Now, make yourself comfortable. We have quite some time.
Say what you have to say.
Now, that is not the chair that I indicated.
What have you to say?
I have to say that you're not sitting in the chair that I indicated. Are you that afraid of me that you wish to be that far away?
No. No, I'm not afraid of you.
Then you have a great good deal of courage, don't you?
I'll have a bottle of it.
What's that? Well, come and sit down.
Yeah.
Do you know what you remind me of wandering across the room, Bella?
No. What do I remind you of?
A somnambulist. Have you ever heard of such a person?
No. I've not heard of such a person.
No, not with that glazed, dazed look on your face. A wandering body with no soul to guide it. I'd often thought that you had that look about you, but never so as strong as it is tonight.
My mind is not wandering.
No? When I came in, Bella, I told you you'd gone to bed.
Yes. Yes, I had gone to bed.
Then, if you had gone to bed, why are you still fully dressed?
I don't know.
You don't know. Do you know anything about anything you do anymore, Bella?
I don't know. I forgot to undress.
You forgot to undress. Curious oversight, if I may say so myself. Now, do you remember what I said would happen if you did not find that grocery bill I told you to find?
No.
No? No? Am I married to a dumb woman, Bella, above all else? The array of your mental and physical deficiencies are becoming almost overwhelming. I advise you to answer me.
I do not know what you're saying. You talk round and round. And your head is going round and round.
It's not necessary for you to say, Bella. I just wish that your head would stop its gyratory motions for just a fraction of a second and concentrate on the present conversation. Now, what was it I a moment ago asked you if you remembered?
You asked me what would happen to me if I did not find the bill.
Admirable, my dear Bella, admirable. We'll make a great magician of you yet. A Socrates, a John Stuart Mill. You'll go down as one of the greatest minds of your time. That is, however, if your present history doesn't altogether consume you and take you away from your fellow creature. And There is a danger of that, you know. Now, what did I say I would do to you if you did not find that bill?
You said you would lock me up.
Yes. And do you believe me to be a man of my word? You see, in a life of considerable and varied experiences, I have come across a few principles of action. There are two ways of getting what you want. One is along the intellectual plane, and one is along the physical. If one fails, then you use the other. Hitherto, I've worked with you, whatever patience and forebodance you may be the judge of, along the intellectual plane. However, I fear the time has come to work along the physical. You'll come to find, Bella, that I am a man of some power. Why do you look at me like that, Bella? I only said I am a man of some power. I will leave it up to your imagination to what that means. However, we are really digressing. Did you find that bill I told you to find?
No.
No? Did you look for it?
Yes.
Where did you look for it?
I don't know. Around the room?
Around the room, Bella? Where around the room? In my desk, for instance?
No, not in your desk.
Why not in my desk?
Your desk is locked.
Do you imagine you can lie to me, Bella?
I'm not lying.
Bella, your dark and confused mind has led you into playing some pretty wicked tricks tonight, has it not?
My mind is tired. I want to go to bed.
Your mind is indeed tired, Bella. It is so tired, it does not work. You no longer think, you dream. You dream all day, you dream maliciously and incessantly. Have I not told you that by now? Where has your wandering mind led you that you have split my desk open?
Dreamed? Are you saying that I've dreamed? Dreamed all that has happened?
Dreamed all that has happened when, Bella? Tonight? Of course you have dreamed all that has happened tonight, Bella. Or rather, all that has not happened.
Dreamed tonight? Are you saying that I've dreamed?
Have I not told you, Bella?
I haven't dreamed. I haven't. In the name of God, I haven't dreamed.
Pull yourself together, woman, and sit down. Now, tell me more about this dream, Bella. You interest me.
I dreamt of a man. I dreamt of a man.
You dreamt of a man, Bella. What man?
A man who came to see me.
Yes.
Let me rest. Let me rest.
For God's sake, Bella, what man did you dream of?
I dreamt of a man.
I know that you have dreamt it, Bella. I want to know more about this man of whom you dreamed of.
I dreamed.
Presiding part of a curious dream, Mrs. Manningham. Perhaps my presence here will help you recollect it.
May I ask who the devil you are and how you got in here?
Who I am seems a little doubtful. And as for how I came in, or rather, came back, or better still, effected an entrance before you and have hidden away ever since.
Will you do me the goodness of telling me what you're doing here, sir?
Waiting for some friends, Mr. Manningham, waiting for some friends. Don't you think you should go to bed, Mrs. Manningham? You're looking rather tired.
Don't you think you had better tell me your business, sir?
Well, as a ghost, as a mere spirit only living in your wife's mind, I could be hardly said to have any business, sir. Tell me, Manningham, can you see me? I know your wife can, but it may be more difficult for you. Perhaps if she went to her room, I may vanish, and you won't be bothered by me anymore.
Bella, go to your room. I'll find out the meaning of this and deal with you later.
But
Go to your room. I I'm not finished with you yet.
You know, Manningham, I believe you're wrong there. I believe you have
I have what?
finished with your wife.
What do you mean, sir? Will you please tell me what your business is?
I have no business in my present capacity. I am, as you pointed out, a mere spirit. A spirit is something which you've evaded for all of your life. Will you have a cigar with the spirit? We may be waiting for some time.
Please tell me what you're doing here, sir, or am I going to have to phone a policeman and have you turned out?
Admirable idea. Call a policeman, have me turned out.
Yes, or perhaps I could just turn you out myself.
Yes, but why not fetch a policeman?
Well, it would seem that you have something up your sleeve. Will you please go on with what you were saying?
Yes, where was I? Tell me, Manningham, do you get the same impression as I?
What impression is that?
That the light is going down in this room?
No, I have not noticed it.
Yes, surely, there. Eerie, isn't it? We are almost in the dark. You don't suppose someone's lit a light somewhere else, do you? You suppose there are spirits, fellow spirits of mine, spirits of justice which have caught up with you at last.
What are you saying, sir?
Oh, sir, I'm just seeing ghosts. Must be the atmosphere of this house. You know, there's one ghost I can see. It's the oddest thing.
What ghosts do you see, pray?
Why, sir, it's the ghost of an old woman. An old woman who used to live in this very room. Oh, what things I imagine. It's the ghost of an old woman, sir. An old woman getting ready to go to bed after a long day. Why? She sits just there. And now I see another ghost. A ghost of a handsome man. A handsome, well-groomed man. God bless my soul. He could be you, Mr. Manningham. He could be you. The old woman sees him, don't you see it? She screams. Screams as her throat is cut open with a knife. Now I don't see that ghost anymore. But I still see the ghost of the man, all through the night as he searches. Why, sir, the years pass, and he's not now stood in the house he searched, the house he ransacked, and does he not now stand before the ghost he killed, in the room in which he killed her? A patient man, a methodical man, but perhaps he waited too long, for the spirits of justice has waited also to exact her due. And the spirit of justice has found in just one evening, which you have sought for all these years. Look what she has found. A brooch, which you gave to your wife, which you don't appreciate. Wicked of her. But then again, she didn't know its value. She didn't know it held the Barlow rubies. See, £12,000 right before your very eyes. You murdered one woman for these and tried to drag another out of her mind. And all the time they lay in your very own desk. And all they have brought you is a rope around your neck, Mr. Sidney Charles Power.
Well, it would seem, sir, that you have some very remarkable information. Do you truly believe that you'll be leaving this house with that information in your possession?
Do you believe, sir, you'll be leaving this house without a suitable escort?
What do you mean by that?
I have men in the house. They signalled their arrival in your very own way when the lights went down.
What the devil is this? Ah, Gentlemen, please come in. Make yourselves at home.
Mr. Sidney Charles Power, I have the warrant for your arrest for the murder of Alice Barlow. Anything you do say will be taken down in evidence and used against you. Will you accompany me to the station in a peaceful manner? You will oblige me and serve your best interest, Power, by coming quietly.
This is a fine way to go, sir. This is a fine way to go.
Do be quiet, there's a good chap. Come and take him away.
Inspector Ruff.
Now, my dear, don't you think you ought to?
Don't treat me like that. Don't treat me like he did.
What do you want?
I want to speak to my husband.
Now, surely that...
I want to speak to my husband.
Very well, what do you want to say?
I want to speak to him alone.
Alone?
Yes, alone. For God's sakes, will you let me speak to him alone? I beg of you. I will not be long.
Well, why not, Inspector? It's not like I'm going anywhere.
This is all but in order. I shall wait outside.
I do not want you to listen.
Very well. I won't listen.
Jack, dear, what has he done to you? What has he done?
Oh, Bella, you're clever, Bella. You're terribly clever. Now, quickly help me. I can make it out of the dressing room window. Quickly, can you fetch something for me?
Yes. Second fetch something. What can I get?
Yes, on my dresser, there's a razor. Quickly, fetch it and cut me loose.
Razor? Yes, I'll get it for you.
Yes, come on, quickly, Bella. Fetch it and cut me loose.
Oh, Jack, look. The grocery bill. I knew I hadn't lost it. I knew I hadn't.
Yes, I know. Just cut me loose quickly, Bella.
How come it's there? You said.
Yes, I know what I said, Bella. I must have been mistaken. Now, quickly, use the razor. Cut me loose.
Razor? You're not suggesting that this is a razor that I hold in my hand, are you, my husband?
Bella?
Or have you gone mad?
Bella, what are you up to?
Or is it I who's mad? Yes. Yes, of course it is a razor. Oh, but where has it gone? Oh, I'm always losing things and I can never find them. I don't know where I put them.
Bella?
I must look for it, mustn't I? Yes, if I don't, you will lock me in the madhouse for my mischief. Oh, where could it be? Could it be behind the painting? Just be there. Oh, no, it's not. How strange. Oh, well, I must put it back. I've taken it down, and so I must put it back. There. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, where could it be now? The desk? Perhaps it's in the desk. No, it's not there. How strange. Oh, but here is a grocery bill, and here's a brooch, and a watch. You see, I never lost them. I didn't lose them at all. I told you I did, didn't I? They don't help you, do they? And I'm trying to help you, aren't I? To help you escape. But how can a mad woman help her husband to escape? What a pity. I'm not mad. Whatever you had done, I could have pitied you and protected you. But because I am mad, I have hated you. And because I am mad, I am rejoicing in my heart, without a shred of pity, without a shred of regret, and I shall watch you die with glory in my heart.
Ah!
Inspector? Inspector? Come take this man away. Come and take this man away. Come and take this man away.
Now, my dear, you've had a bad time. I'm coming out of nowhere and giving you the most horrible night of your life. The most horrible night of anyone's life, I should imagine.
The most horrible. The most horrible. No. The most wonderful. wonderful. Far and away the most wonderful.